There comes a point when the old plastic on your polytunnel or high tunnel just must be replaced. But what if you can't find a single sheet of plastic big enough to cover the entire structure? How do you make an airtight, watertight seam? This video will show you a simple method of fusing 2 sheets of polyethylene plastic together using a heat gun and 2 pieces of plywood. Hello, this is Stephen from Short Season Garden, and I offer tips and tricks for gardening in any climate, but especially for short seasons like here in Zone 3 in Eastern Canada. So subscribe to my channel, give my video a thumbs up and a comment, or you can check me out on social media on Instagram or Facebook at Short Season Garden. You don't have to have a fancy heated greenhouse to extend your growing season. A simple high tunnel made from electrical conduit reinforced with rebar and covered with painter's plastic or vapor barrier plastic can produce a great harvest. In this high tunnel, we are using self-wicking tubs that make sure your plants are never over or under watered. You can click the link above to learn how to make these tubs yourself. But sooner or later, the sun, wind, and snow will take their toll and the plastic must be replaced. Watch as my friend Donnie and I replace the plastic on his high tunnel and how we recover from our miscalculation. Removing the old plastic was easy. First, we unscrewed the battens around the doors on each end. Then we unclipped the PVC clips on the end hoops. Finally, we removed the cord protecting the plastic from wind flap. The plastic was now free. When we measured the old plastic, it was about 17 feet by 22 feet. The standard width of a roll of painter's plastic has always been 10 feet, so all we needed to do was splice 2 sheets together, or so we thought. We had planned to have a 6-inch overlap on our weld where we melted the plastic together to ensure adequate strength. With the 2 10-foot pieces, that would still give us more than the required 17-foot width. We unrolled 2 sections 22 foot long, side by side.
So one of them marks is an inch, is 12 inches.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Then we place marks 6 inches from the edge of each piece all the way down the length of each sheet.
But since you're there, yeah, let's do it.
Next, we overlapped the 2 sheets of plastic, aligning the marks so there was a 6-inch overlap.
Okay, come back a little bit. Yeah, you can see, as long as you can show the mark, there's no problem. We'll just work as we work our way down with this here.
Now for the fusion. We placed a piece of plywood about 30 inches square beneath where we wanted to start our weld. Then, using a heat gun, we began carefully heating the 6-inch section we wanted to join, moving the gun slowly back and forth across the marked section, making sure not to get close enough to make a hole.
You watch close to see the color change. And once we get this board warmed up underneath, it'll take a lot less time. Not quite welded right there, but we're almost there. Right there. See that? It's welded right. Look at this. Like I said, once we get this board here, once we get the board warm, it'll go much faster, but the first one a bit slow. So you can patch using this same method.
Okay.
You just have to have somebody hold a piece of plywood on the inside.
just kept working our way down the joint towards the other end. When we were finished, we had one solid sheet of plastic instead of two. As you will soon see though, we had made a critical error in our assumptions. You've probably noticed in the grocery store that not only are prices rising, but also package sizes are decreasing. Unfortunately, the same thing had happened with our plastic. We had failed to notice that the roll of plastic we had purchased was not 10 feet wide, but only 8 feet.
Okay, Houston. We have a problem. Either the plastic's a different size, I thought it was turned the other way. Somebody's got to go get measuring tape and go measure that up.
Whoops. That's why you should always measure and never assume. Thankfully, the ever-resourceful Donnie knew how to fix the problem. Back to the heat gun as we added an extra piece to the edge. This time, the plastic fit fine. Now all we had to do was tighten the plastic and fit it in place with our homemade clips made from PVC electrical conduit and with the wooden battens. To take the flap out of the plastic in case of wind, we wove an old piece of clothesline back and forth across the top of the polytunnel, pulling each section tight and then tying it in place. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and a comment, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you in the next video.